Game 2 between World Elite and Invictus Gaming, and LeBlanc going to be taken away, and Rek'Sai, both bans that we saw last time. We'll see whether they do change things up, whether Rookie, who is still on the roster now as well, so they haven't done any switcheroos. It's going to be Rookie and Pokemon still in it for Invictus Gaming.
Yeah,
now going to be taken off, and now Twisted Fate.
Bit of a swap here. So I think we're going to see very similar bans to Game 1, which was Rek'Sai, LeBlanc, Nah, and I believe one more really strong champion that sees a lot of play, whose name escapes me right now. But Twisted Fate is the mix-up here for World Elite. Did not like Rookie's Twisted Fate play at all. Don't want to play against it again.
No.
And especially if their draft's going to look similar to Game 1, they're going to want to make sure that that's what they go for. And Jarvan's now banned out as well.
Yeah, Jarvan taken off the board. They do not want to see that coming out of Cacao, nor do they want to pick that one away first up. So looking for a potentially different first option.
I mean, this screams Janna to me, if it isn't banned.
Yeah.
Very popular champion to first pick in general. Conan, again, maybe not as a home run. Lissandra, sorry, that was the other champion I thought of. That was the 4th ban. So 4 bans the same here, but World Elite changing up 2 different bans. And clever that on the blue side, they're actually able to ban, maybe make more of a target ban here, taking away Cacao's Jarvan and the Twisted Fate, and kind of knowing that Invictus Gaming probably has to ban the other powerful champions that are left in the pool.
Yep, so it is going to be Conan once again on that Janna. Opting to pick that one up. Kid looking at his Sivir once again, and he was fantastic if they do play that style of comp yet again, because that On the Hunt was just great for catching people out. Cacao now, though, looking at the other early pressure.
He's pandering to the fans. He's going to lock it in. Lee Sin is going to be played here by Cacao. And this, if we're going to talk about flashy, aggressive champions, this is Cacao's wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And Cacao also known for making some fantastic plays on that champion. Rengar's going to be looked at here from Spirit. And across the other side of the table, I mean, if we're going to talk about Spirit champions, I could say that Rengar is probably a Spirit animal.
Yeah, the first thing that you think of when you think of Spirit is his fantastic Rengar play. They have a bit more time here to decide things. Actually, like a lot of what's going on here with World Elite's considerations, but I think they'll be drafting very differently to Game 1.
Oh, yeah.
Just want a bit more of a consistent front line, want a little bit more flexibility. I think, honestly, set up STYZ to carry more. He had nothing to do in that game but die.
Yep, and now on Twitch. So if you're talking about a playmaking AD carry, I mean, we're coming from the realm of Uzi, known for just demolishing people on this champion. So STYZ now has sort of a lot on his shoulders to make sure that he doesn't get shut down too early on, because a Twitch can often be dead weight if it's really, really handled.
Yeah, I think China, though, is Twitch's homeland.
Yeah.
He's lived here for a long time. He's been a very popular AD carry pick, and a player like STYZ, sorry, can definitely get full value out of this pick. I love the Rengar here. It is going to be locked in by Spirit as well, so very strong comfort champion for him. Still has the ability to carry the game if that's what he feels like he needs to do, which is what it really felt like in Game 1 with the Riven pick, but much more consistent. A few more options.
Goodness.
And look at this.
The Zillion being locked in by Rookie. And when was the last time we saw Zillion? I think it would have been Worlds.
I think it's funny because they played Twisted Fate to kind of support the big engage core they had with Jarvan, Maokai, Sivir. They've got Sivir, Maokai once again, which is the big tenet of that particular trio.
Yep.
And I feel like Zillion's sort of like bad Twisted Fate maybe, because he still gets people in, like he helps with all that engage, and it's not the same, you can't be as aggressive, but if you're trying to get in their face and hard engage, Zillion facilitates so much of that play.
And if you want bomb delivery system, like On the Hunt, sped up Maokai Twisted advancing onto your face, you're going to have that bomb go off in the place that you want it to. So again, sort of looking at Pokemon to really make the plays, but on the other side, we've got Aurelia being locked in by Aluka, and the Xerath that escaped the ban list is going to go into the hands of Ninja this game.
Yeah, actually falls pretty far through this draft as well, but Ninja will get his comfort pick of Xerath here, and I like the Aurelia as well. It's quite good against Maokai, and just it's very safe to run. And Aurelia is another quintessential Chinese champion that they've played forever and ever. Sao Mei, back in the Glory World Elite days, was known for this champion. A lot of other top laners have picked it up as well. Aluka's no slouch on this champion for sure.
Yeah, and we may have missed something here just a little bit.
Maybe.
We might be putting a Zillion in the bottom lane.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, support Zillion looks like it is going to go, because that's a Fizz for Rookie.
Yeah, Rookie doing a little bit of a mind game there, picking up the Fizz in the mid lane, and not sure whether it's necessarily a counter pick to Xerath just because he can play back so incredibly far, but he is going to have kill potential in that lane if Ninja isn't incredibly careful.
Yeah, if you get fished as a Xerath in mid lane by Fizz,
Yep.
you're basically guaranteed to die or blow your flash. Like, there's not a lot you can do once he gets on top of you. It's just a matter of, as you said, using your range, playing safe, and trying not to get killed. Lee Sin, though, creating pressure in the early game could really turn on Rookie's Fizz here. And I like the Zilean a lot. Thinking about it more, taking it away from World Elite is quite important. Because they have the option to play in mid or support if they want to as well. And Zilean Rengar is unbelievably strong.
Oh, that's true. The invisible bomb delivery system.
Just the speed alone makes Zilean a worthwhile champion. And if you're not going to give him farm because you want his utility, why not put him in support where he's going to do practically the same thing?
Not to mention the global passive, which does a lot more work behind the scenes than you necessarily notice, giving you all more experience.
Yeah, it's quite good. I'm trying to think specifically. None of the champions, except for maybe Fizz, interestingly, are going to really benefit from that. But it's free. Why not take it? It's a great passive to have. The other thing, though, is that this might make the bottom lane a little softer Twitch Janna. Because you mentioned that they might have a rough laning phase, but now they've kind of given a bit more room here. Zilean's a decent aggressive support, but you can't, like, really punish a Twitch with like Leona or Thresh.
Yeah, and you're also super mana gated in that early game just because Zilean uses so much mana in order to get those bombs off consistently, and he's so squishy. So we might even be seeing Spirit heading down to that bottom lane a little bit early.
I mean, I think if this game's going to go differently for World Elite, they need to turn on their carry potential. SDYZ was playing a fantastic champion if he was in Corki, but he was never given space in that game to carry because there were too many squishy targets and not enough people peeling for him. They basically said that, you know what, our plan is to engage and disengage and control zones and then just dump a bunch of damage in. But you have a carry as good as STYZ. You don't need to do that. You can just let him carry and then say, all right, plan A didn't work in game one. Here's our next plan. Give him Twitch and just let him go nuts with all the protection they can offer.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea. And we did see STYZ often on his own there, split pushing in the top lanes and stuff like that. He is known to sort of do that sometimes, gets a little bit upset if he doesn't get too far ahead early on and then decides, I'm just going to split push a lane. I really want to catch up on this farm. But if we manage to get him ahead early on, if WE, of course, manage to get him ahead early on, then he'll be that team fighting force. He'll be that disgusting submarine just coming in and rat-a-tat-tatting all over people's faces, spraying and praying, as it were. And we'll see whether he does manage to make that one work, because I just want to see STYZ's potential, because we just didn't get to see it last game.
And I think, again, World Elite have set themselves up in a very similar vein to Game 1, where their carries as far as their team comp and their makeup's concerned is that they want STYZ to go big, and they want Spirit again to kind of put on the carry pants as Rengar and go in.
Yeah.
It's a very versatile champion for him, so he has options if he wants to maybe go tankier, be more of a frontline, or if he does want to go damage and maybe try and carry his team. Because, again, you pick a champion like Riven in game 1 of your first LPL game, you're making a statement to your teammates. I am the other carry on my team. I'm carrying from this jungle.
And also, I'm not scared to make stranger picks straight away as soon as you get into this one. And like you mentioned, I mean, he did pick up Olaf just previously in the Demacia Cup, so this might be another example of something, you know, being an interesting pick, not quite working out, but then showing that he can definitely play his comfort champions, his wheelhouse. But we are onto the map, ladies and gentlemen, with Invictus Gaming now on the red side versus World Elite, and Ninja already pushed up really far into this tower, a couple of minutes into this one.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. As nothing too unusual has happened here. Everyone just breaking out into their, standard lanes once again. Looks like the junglers have started on potentially the other sides here, but they're currently on the same side of the map as they're going to clear out their next buff here. So blue for Rengar, and seems like red for Lee Sin.
Yeah, nice bit of poke coming through from Ninja, and Rookie going to hit that level 2 at about the same time. And STYZ already taking a lot of damage from, I assume, these bombs, but Kitty, you can see, just doesn't have a lot on the health bar here.
Shield, though, will protect a lot of that damage, and this is actually one of the few lanes I feel like where Twitch can actually play quite aggressively. And if STYZ is the player we know him to be, he's going to want to be quite aggressive in this lane. A little down on CS right now because Civ is just so annoying. She constantly pushes CS against you, but Janna especially enables late game carries to get aggressive in your early levels. And if that can convert to a quick kill, potentially, or just a lot of pressure, STYZ, the more room he gets in the early stages of this game, the better his game's going to be.
Yeah. So there it does work. And a very different story in the top lane, if we're talking about that one. You did see it briefly on your screen. Pokemon still on that Maokai, but with Aluka sitting on this Aurelia, the late game potential is so much higher coming out of this champion. And we've seen Aurelias just do ridiculous things towards that 25 to 30 minute mark.
Yeah, Kid's going to feel pretty unsafe, I think, in this team comp against Aurelia. I mean, Rengar alone is pretty frustrating, especially when you can get sniped by a long-range Twitch ult or a Xerath poke in there as well. If Kid gets locked down, if he can't time that spell shield, he's going to melt to all the damage that Audit have. But Aluka, Aurelia is just such a sticky champion, and her best job is to jump on carry spaces and just tear them off. So Kid is kind of being left on his own here in this team comp, and the rest of ID are going to have to set up here. He's, again, sort of relegated to alt bot status in a couple ways.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, it's always good to be an alt.
Not entirely, but Civ is also a big part of this comp once again.
Yeah, very, very true. Rookie and Ninja just facing off here in the mid lane, very close in farm, so neither really making any extra plays, but Spirit is now going to ignore the Scuttle Crab for the first time that I've seen. And Kid actually going to be warding at this stage. That's not the time that he wanted to do it. So much aggression. Forced to use that flash. The Howling Gale's going to come through, but not going to find the mark that it wanted. And Spirit already getting a summoner out of the bottom lane.
Bit too aggressive by Conan flashing in there trying to get the follow-up CC, but you can see that the Rengar mechanics are still on point here for Spirit.
Yeah.
Leapt in, immediately bolted for the snare. Kid had no time to react there. Forced to use both of his summoner spells. And if there's a revisit here as well, oh, Kakao, what are you doing?
Oh, he's looking to get a ward over this. Try and have a look down. Oh, Spirit's incredibly low. He's actually going to throw out the ward. He was going to back there, but Kakao not going to be able to find the aggression. STYC, he gets Sonic Wave, though. Resonating Strike's available, but it's a beautiful exhaust from Conan to stop him from being able to go in and get that kill.
Good smite,
oh, Kitty's going to get snared up here as well. He's going to go down. The Toxin's going to be enough, but Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike from Kakao is going to secure them a kill in return. So 1 for 1, but that's first blood going to WE this time.
Yeah, and not enough left in the tank, unfortunately. Rengar got that kill instead of STYZ. I think the red buff must have done enough damage.
Yeah,
so
couple of dots on that one.
Slightly unfortunate, but trademark Kakao pressure there. Weaving around, being very creative, ward hopping in the back of Dragon. Spirit got lucky to not get insta-kipped, basically, by Lee Sin once he got caught, but a good 3v3 still managing to pick up the first blood, and a trade there that Wordley pretty much had to take because they were out of ways to protect STYZ after that.
Yeah, the important thing to mention here is, though, that Kid, he's managed to stay around in this lane. He's got himself a 13 CS advantage. He's going to be able to go back and build probably a bigger item here with as opposed to just the Vampiric Scepter that's coming through from STYZ. So look to see IG being able to put on a little bit more pressure here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, Vamp Scepter is not going to fight BF Sword particularly well at this stage of the game, and Civ is just going to continue to be that annoying AD carry in the bottom lane that just pushes and pushes and pushes. STYZ presumably going for a Blade of the Ruin King first, would have loved to maybe get a little bit more, maybe come back with Berserker Greaves or a Cutlass or some mix of items there, and he's kind of relegated to just doing this, sitting back under his turret and praying.
Yep, exactly right. Double bomb is actually going to come down on STYZ here as well, so Kitty's more than happy just to go through that mana and make sure that he gets as much damage down to this Twitch as possible, as they're just relentlessly pushing down here.
Yeah, top lane there could be some struggle. Looks like Luca actually might be in quite a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, Luca actually going down incredibly low. Is going to be safe. No mana here on this Maokai, as Kakao's actually found Spirit, and Spirit's exactly where he wants to be. He's going to leap out of the brush there as well. Kakao not going to make it out, and that's just going to be eaten by Spirit's Rengar. And ooh, Pokemon's now in a lot of trouble as well. Luca's coming back.
Great patience, though, from Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing that Kakao would come in, Aluka managed to not get killed in that tower dive, and Spirit, he's going to stay there for a short while, maybe going to go in again on Pokemon.
Yeah, Sapling I think was used, but he's going to get jumped on once again. The Blade Surge is available as well. There's a Chilling Smite. Pokemon, you are not going anywhere, buddy. Spirit picking up his third kill of the game.
And I think Spirit considering giving that kill to Aluka, but couldn't quite not justify, but couldn't quite get Aurelia in the spot for the last auto. Takes it for himself again and is really on the way to carrying this game for his team from the jungle if that's what he wants to do. And again, I can't credit the patience enough. New Kakao was coming in, waited for him to come back after Aluka got out of the dive, and then just sprung the trap. And that leap from that brush went so far.
Oh, and Spirit actually has vision on Kakao here as well. Is level 6. He's going to have that Thrill of the Hunt. He's going to pop it now, but he's going to the mid lane. Rookie knows that he's around. And it's going to be Kakao now waiting. He's got the exclamation mark. He knows that there's a kitty that's looking to bite some off. But Pokemon now is coming through, so I think that Spirit's not going to test his luck too much here in the enemy jungle.
Didn't want to opt in for the 2v2. Teleport's actually up for both top laners, so could have had a pretty involved fight around the red buff here. But Kakao instead will just pick up his red buff for himself. And a bit of a wasted ult, unfortunately, there for Spirit.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything, but it is still a lot of pressure. We can see Aluka now helping out with this blue buff. And Xerath, Ninja is going to head around and pick this one up as well.
Yeah, pretty important here for Ninja to pick up this blue. Just lets him play so much safer against Fizz. And of course, Spirit's not going to need it here on Rengar. So he'll pop back into the lane and probably continue to keep going even here against the Fizz. Rookie, quite impressively, keeping up in CS in the early levels, it seems like, and going for a pretty quick Lich Bane, wanting to try and lock down Ninja pretty early on.
Yeah, has that Sheen first, which is interesting here on this Fizz. They often go for the extra Doran's Blades just so that you've got a little bit more health here in this mid lane, but Rookie doesn't really mind, just wants to have as much kill potential as possible because, of course, Sheen just synergizes so well with Fizz.
Yeah, I think knows that it's a pretty hard gank for Spirit to justify because Fizz is so slippery, and Xerath's kill potential is not super high. You pretty much have to get caught by a Xerath stun, which as a Fizz should not be happening. So I think Rookie's just confident in his own play here. Going to pick up his blue now as Kakao donates that over and going to continue fishing his way. And this is the thing about Fizz that I find quite interesting, as we've seen more and more Fizz play over the year or so. Fizz players used to always be like, I must snowball. I need to get ahead and start killing people so I can be an assassin. And what happened is that a lot of Fizzes sort of moved around. A lot of assassins in general started leveling their AoE a bit more to help manage waves, which they couldn't do very well before with their single target. And Fizzes now are just sort of like, I'm going to hit my mid-game timing with the Lich Bane, and then I'm going to crush anyone that walks in. And I can keep up with it that way. I don't have to get kills in lane.
Yeah, and you put a couple of extra points in that Playful Trickster, so you have the option of clearing out a wave if you need to as well, which is really, really seen a lot more popularity, as we do have STYZ and Conan just clearing out these Krugs, trying to get a little bit of extra CS as they just don't want to enter this lane where Kitties is just so obnoxious on this Zillion.
Yeah, we'll see here Aluka in the top lane though, pretty comfortable going in on the Pokemon.
Yeah, the double Blade Surge actually getting him right into Pokemon's face. Pokemon is going to be okay, does have that double Doran's Ring. So feeling the pressure in this top lane, wanting to have as much staying power as possible.
Oh, and be careful.
Oh, STYZ in a lot of trouble, gets slowed down. There's the bombs there as well, lots of auto attacks from Kid. STYZ forced to back out of this one, as this is just going to transition straight into a dragon. It's going to be Kakao pulling this one out. 3 men strong, and it doesn't look like WE's really going to respond to this one.
Yeah, really confident dragon here, actually, coming out of IG, knowing that they've pushed STYZ off, that he's not really a threat right now. Take a very quick dragon at just under 11 minutes.
And Spirit was waiting patiently in the top lane. Pokemon does manage to get that sapling in there, so he's going to be spotted out, so loses the dragon and doesn't get the gank off up top either.
And I don't know if they knew Spirit was there the whole time, but if they did especially, that was beautiful movement from IG to secure that first dragon. And again, STYZ, we've been looking for him to get going, but he has not found it against Sivir in either this game early on or in the last game as well.
And hasn't quite managed to pick up that Blade of the Ruin King yet either, so still needs about 850 gold to secure that spike as well, because you can enter that lane immediately, Blade of the Ruin King, slow someone down and get that spray and pray off for lots of damage. They're just not quite able to get there, which is a bit unfortunate because they really need that spike.
And that's such a big deal as well. When you take a dragon with no completed items on your team, that's just whatever vision you've got, maybe a pink ward if you've gone in.
Speaking of completed items, that Lich Bane is just straight there. Rookie just, that's all I want. I just want me Lich Bane, me red swords. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Purple hands.
Good timing, really strong timing. I mean, we tend to see Lich Bane maybe 14, 16 minutes,
yeah,
a lot
with
like
its slight
Trinity Force
nerfs that it got. I mean,
my
there's
God.
a flash into the Chum. The water's there as well. Spirit taking a lot of damage. Actually flashes onto Ninja as well for some extra damage onto him. And Rookie successfully saves his turret for now. Or is it going to go down? Yeah, it's going to fall. So maybe a slightly wasted flash, a little bit over-aggression, but I like it.
I mean, Rookie knows he can win a fight there. He's under his tower. He's just got his Lich Bane. Why not go in there? And good stun by Ninja to keep Spirit safe, but he might be in trouble now.
Yeah, Rookie is coming around. Cow's very low, though. Spirit might want to do something about this. Half health.
Great smite from
just
Spirit.
one combo. Oh, the flash Sonic Wave. Spirit pops the thrill of the hunt. He actually might want to go back in onto Kakao here, but not gonna. Just gonna go back to his favorite Scuttle Crowd. Yeah, there it is.
Despite Xerath Ultimate having quite a lot of range, did not feel confident without Ninja. With Ninja still coming back from his base, so didn't want to commit there. But good pressure from IG to get Spirit's ultimate out there. And Rookie, you're going to see a lot more of this, you have to think, on this Fizz. Wanting to roam around and be much more aggressive now that he does have a very, very early Lich Bane.
Yeah, and the other thing that I really like coming out of Spirit here as well is the mobility boot pickup. He's got all of these kills, and he really wants to translate that to extra gold for the rest of his team. So wants to be in as many positions to gank as we're talking about here in the top lane. Pokemon forced to use that flash. Spirit wants to look for possibly some more action as we have Ninja coming up here as well. Right at the arcane has been popped. Pokemon's in a lot of trouble. Spirit, oh, the last shot isn't going to be enough, but the Q-empowered auto attack is going to mean that Spirit picks up his 4th kill of the game.
And a sick roam by Ninja there as well coming in.
Oh, yeah.
A Spirit leaping to that minion as the wave was coming in was so elegant and so great to watch as well. Now World Elite going to pressure this top tower, and this top side of the map has gone so well for WE this game. Luke is doing great on this Aurelia, enabling potentially a very strong mid game for him. Ninja not done fantastically, but keeping up in CS, not dying, and picking up an assist there with that roam is great. For all of we talk about STYZ kind of leading into this series, the fact that he's not doing so well might not matter too much because his team is picking it up this game.
They certainly are, and we haven't really seen too much from Aluka, but now has his Trinity Force, so he's going to be putting on so much pressure. 0-0 and 3, and nice spell shield coming out of Kid. He's going to block that Howling Gale, but the vision control is now starting to come through. They do, of course, have that pink ward in that Tri-Brush. Kakao's probably going to find that if he does safeguard over the wall, but Spirit's there. And he has full Fury at the same time. Sonic Wave's going to land, but I don't think he's going to Resignating Strike onto that one.
Some good vision again from Kakao, is constantly getting vision where he can. And you can see that IG, especially in the early game, seem to really value a lot of this vision around the Dragon Pits particularly. Wanting wards not too deep because that's unsafe to do, but just wanting control of the area once it's starting to come back up so they can make sure they make plays when it does get back here. But if Twitch finishes his Blade of the Ruin King by the time the next Dragon's available, there's a lot of strong item timings here for World Elite to make a very good attempt at a 5v5.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Star's actually, STYZ, sorry, looking to get a bit of the submarine play happening, but he's just going to stealth up, come in, just scout the area, see what's going on.
I think the thing to remember with Twitch as well, it's sort of the same with Fizz in a couple of ways. We talked about how Fizz players early on just never wanted to be too aggressive, and so wanted to be too aggressive and valued snowballing a little too highly. So Luke is actually just taking a turret here.
Yeah, just really, really aggressive play. There's the hidden style coming through for a lot of extra auto attack damage on the Pokemon after that. Equilibrium Strike did get the stun. So Aluka, as we mentioned, just hits that Trinity Force, knows that he's stronger, and just turns it on.
And but as I was talking about with Fizz earlier, again, they just don't play that way anymore. They play more for their mid games, for their item timings, and they know once they get their item, they're strong. Twitch is similar in that you might not feel that great when the game's going well. When you hit your very cost-efficient build, if he does go Ghostblade after his Blade as well, it only takes one good team fight for Twitch to be back in the game.
And as you mentioned, Blade of the Ruin King just finished up, and there's the Brutalizer. So exactly right, looking to go for that Ghost Blade, looking to really be able to do extra buttons in these fights and get a lot of damage.
And this next Dragon is so important for World Elite. IG got the first one. The first one is, in a lot of ways, the most valuable because it just gives you a good boost of stats, and that stays with you through the whole game and powers up as you power up.
Yeah.
So if you can deny the first Dragon, that's great.
As well.
Oh yeah, percentage stats increase is always nice stuff here. But IG, of course, want even more maybe to deny that first Dragon away from World Elite. And if they have a chance to get themselves back into this game, they actually have a gold lead, by the way, with the 4 kills. Spirit's been doing so much work.
He certainly has. 4-0-0 on this kitten. Is going to be building up possibly, like, there's the Spirit Stone there. So, Kindle Gem. So, looking to go a bit tanky. A little bit tanky.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wants to just transition here. Good ult, though. We'll get pop. We're going in.
Thrill of a hunt. Kakao's going to get left on here, and that's going to be the miss on the Empowered Bowler. Spirit's back in, though. Gets bombed up. Kid's going to be able to get some auto attacks down. Going to be Kakao finishing off that kill into Spirit. Ninja's getting aggressed on Rookie. Just going to jump on his head. It's a nice monsoon, but Ninja, it's looking like he might still go down. Styles, is he going to be the hero that we need? There's the spray and pray coming through, but he's going to get finished up. Does get a kill on the support. Conan and Aluka now going to be convinced to get out of here. Kid with an incredibly aggressive flash. And Conan now, you don't chase Janus. It's just a little bit tough. That Urchin Strike, though, playful Trickster in the end, going to be what finishes him off. And Aluka just wondering where the heck his team went.
Yeah, Fizz with so much mobility, easily able to chase out those kills. And 2 key things went wrong there for World Elite. Spirit went a bit too aggressive when IG were all stacked up together. And STYZ just never got a chance to use his ultimate. And Luca's teleport was super late to that Dragon fight.
Yeah, so he's now just sort of waiting around out the back. It's going to be Pokemon going over the side, getting aggressive here. The Ventral Maelstrom has been popped. He's going to make it out to safety, though.
And again, denying that a first dragon by IG from Water Elite and picking up their second is such a big deal here. Water Elite were primed to win that dragon fight, but couldn't quite coordinate to get everyone together in the same spot. Aluka was, again, very late to that particular engagement. Twitch came around from the other side where you ideally want to group behind your front line, and IG just took the easiest fight in the world that they could possibly have asked for at that fight.
Yeah, and we have to mention now as well is the fact that Rookie now 3-0-1 on this Fizz. Went from 0-0-0 to 3-0-1. Really now in a position where he can put the team on his back, much like he did in the last game.
I mean, Rookie did an unbelievable amount of work in that last team fight as well. Just cleaning up people as Kitty. Whoa! He's going to bomb things up here.
So much damage coming out of this Zilean.
Yeah, Zilean does not kid around with his damage. I think he actually, yeah, it's a Frostfang finished already.
Doesn't kid around. You are a funny guy.
Has Frostfang finished already for a bit of extra power there. So you can see, Rookie is looking so aggressive now. He's got his cooldown boots, so he's going to be able to go in even more. And here we go again.
STYZ's going to die before Rookie even gets there. Conan going to throw over the Chum the Waters. Rookie is going to onto Conan. Now they're going to be able to clean out this bottom outer turret. And this looks like the beginning of the snowball here for IG. Aspirin now going to get kicked back. Oh my goodness, Rookie now going to get in, get those auto attacks down. Cacao going to get a well-deserved kill there.
Cacao flexing the muscles, showing off those leads mechanics by flash kicking Spirit back into the team. That's going to completely even up this gold lead after all that. IG now streaming down the bottom half of this map trying to take objectives. Aluka is scrambling to try and take out more in the top lane, but that last dragon fight has turned things back on its head here. We're in an even game once again.
Yeah, exactly. So Aluka might have a lot of work to do towards this later side of the game, as he's going to get a lot of extra damage down to this inner turret. Ninja's here as well, just waiting to the side to see when Pokemon is going to go aggressive. Oh my gosh, the extra burst coming through right at the Arcane's being popped, but Ninja going to have to stop that one a little bit early as Rookie's come around. Ninja, buddy, you are looking in a lot of trouble. Rookie picking up yet another kill, 5-0-2 for this Fizz.
Yeah, Aluka just abandoned his teammate there, and Ninja was trying to come up and help. They almost got a kill on Pokemon if people hadn't been there, but wrong side of the map there, unfortunately, for Waterley. Everyone from IG rallying back after being on the bottom side, and easy cleanup again for Rookie and Cacao.
Yes. Oh, Thriller Hunt. Actually, they're going to find Kitties. Just an unfortunate place to back. Might be a little bit of a bait here, as he is going to chrono shift his way back to life.
Yeah, Cacao looking a little too threatening there, along with Kid, and they back everyone up. They will recall now as well. Kid will pick up his red buff, and RG will look to pressure their next point on the map here. And just sort of looking through, Waterley still need to get some items going. They're going to be kicking themselves for losing that dragon fight, because that was their real window to get things going in this game and start getting quite far ahead.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that they just picked up the Blade of the Ruin King and that Brutalizer onto STYZ. He was ready to make some plays, but just not quite able to make it happen. STYZ now on his own here in this lane, just trying to get some farm. And you can see he's doing fine in that front, but 1-0-5 on the side of Kid. And now WE, they're going to be able to get this outer turret, and we'll see whether IG are going to do anything about it. We can see they're a little bit too far back, and this one was already a little bit too low. So yeah, WE getting a nice, easy objective. Yeah,
good movement, gives them some free gold there, which is much needed at this stage of the game, taking out that bottom turret. I think, interestingly, Ninja here has gone for, it looks like a Rabadon's his second item, which is a pretty brave buy against Sivir, Zilean, Maokai,
oh my goodness. WE actually really committed to this one. Rookie going to come through with the Urchin Strike. STYZ going to get just blown up straight away. There's the playful trickster through. Immediately exhausted his Rookie, but he's out of this one. Spirit now has that bomb, and Pokemon's teleported him from out of the side. And look at the playful trickster. Does manage to get caught up, and here's Aluka. This might be his time to shine. 3 kills already. Gets the bomb down. Kid's now going to go down as well. Now it's a 2-on-2. There's the flashes coming through. Right of the Arcane comes out, and WE have somehow turned this around. Pokemon, the only one alive on the side of IG, and he just doesn't have the damage to do this. We'll see whether they can slow him down enough.
Stun.
There's the stun into the queue, and Ninja finally managing to turn that one, and I thought that was just going to go straight into IG's hands.
And World Elite kiting back so well after things went really wrong there. STYZ got sniped by a fish from Rookie's Fizz, and I thought the fight was over instantly at that point. Ulka popped by Kid, everyone went in for IG, but Ninja and Conan really showing the power of Janna in that long team fight all the way down the bottom lane, kiting perfectly and back into the lead now.
Not to mention Aluka in that fight, it was just fantastic, getting Blade Search resets on multiple champions, just cleaning up throughout there. Was really beautiful to see, but Rookie now is going to be almost built towards that Zhonya's Hourglass, so going to be even more slippery in these fights. World Elite, they're not quite out of the woods yet, but that just looked fantastic. From the position that they were in, to win a fight like that was just beautiful.
Yeah, I think Kid really getting hammered by Aluka there caused some problems because Rookie got really low when he sniped S2YZ and couldn't actually go in. He baited an exhaust from Kona and then Urchin Strike back to a stray creep behind him. Baited out the exhaust beautifully, but he had to keep ducking back in and out of that team fight to actually do anything. And when Kid's not there for the consistent damage and Rookie can't actually get in and assassinate people, IG's damage falls off pretty swiftly.
Yeah, but we do have the Zhonya's finished. World Elite, knowing this Dragon timer, they really just want to get their first one.
Yeah, but it's just so important. Again, percentage stat increase, always good. Gets even better as you pick up more and more items for yourself. So World Elite at this particular point now looking for the third Dragon of the game, 24 minutes in, with big items completed across the board. First Dragon would be a big boon here, and third Dragon is very important for IG as well.
Yeah, both teleports are available. This Dragon is going to get started. It's already at half health here on the side of WE. The teleport coming down first up here from Pokemon. The Dragon's still not even taken yet. Kakao's actually drawn aggro this one. Thrill the Hunt's been popped. It is going to reset, and they haven't committed to any fights here. There, we're going to have the Twisted Advance. Eventual Maelstrom as well coming through. WE trying to get out of this one. Nice Monsoon just to try and get the fight in their favor, but kills are just getting traded over and over. Ninja's going to go down. On the Hunt is doing so much work with the chase down, and look at this. WE's just melting out of this Rookie with another fantastic play. Just going to Urchin Stride his way through, and that's going to be the ace coming out of Invictus Gaming.
And IG, again, such beautiful team fighting here around that pit. Twitch, by the way, got the Dragon. SDYZ managed to pick that one up
They got
themselves.
their first Dragon. They got it. It's fine.
Which is important, but they couldn't win the fight. IG just two on top of them, and now Baron is being started.
25-minute Baron?
Welcome to the LPL, everyone, where Barons get started at 25 minutes. IG, again, another bold move. This lead is quite thin between these two teams, but a fantastic call to go for Baron here. And this is picked up uncontested by Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, they're going to have to sacrifice Pokemon here. They are going to end up picking up that Baron. A tree for a Baron, I'd probably take that any day.
Not a bad trade at all here as Invictus Gaming will wander back to their base and spend quite a lot of gold that they've just got. 2,500 gold now is Invictus Gaming's lead. And World Elite have plenty of wiggle room here in this game, but the next few minutes with this Baron buff available are going to be rather painful. We already spoke how Baron just turns any lane into a split pushing lane when you split people up. So IG just have so many options to pressure sidewaves now.
Yeah, Kid looking to finish one last item. Now has hit that gigantic 3-item spike that you see out of these AD carries in that Static Shiv, Infinity Edge, and of course the last Whisper for the armor penetration. And there's the Righteous Glory coming through for Pokemon as well. So they really want to get into these fights.
Yeah, you can tell what Pokemon's job is here. Kind of picking up kind of like a mini Severo, at least for the movement speed part. Again, really needs a hard engage. You've seen that when IG get on top of World Elite's carries, they're so squishy because Twitch has 0 mobility and Xerath has also 0 mobility. So once everyone's locked down, if a Luca and Spirit can't kill or Conan can't peel for everyone, it's just too difficult for World Elite to win fights. And we talk about Janna as being the big disengage support. When you have this much engage, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Oh, Luca actually getting caught out here. There are the bombs there as well. Transcendent Blade's not going to be enough. Kid's going to find that last kill. And just slowed down to high heaven from Kitty's ball. That's a beautiful catch there with a stun. Chrono Shift on at the very last minute. Thrill the Hunt is going to be popped. And Spirit is going to find his way to safety. But Kakao just from the backside just going to land all of his abilities.
Kid's damage just doing so much work. They're getting the assist for that one. Good spell shield as well.
Nice spell shield.
Just popping that W there from Twitch. And again, Kid with the 3 items. When he gets to attack people, they die very swiftly.
They certainly do. And WE just going to get pushed back to this inner turret now. The outer turret's definitely going to go down. They're probably going to be able to stay here to pick up another one as well because this Baron buff is doing so much work for Invictus Gaming, who just know when to take these Barons in both of these games.
I like Rookie's flank there as well. He was sort of poking around the side, maybe looking to snipe someone over the wall. Instead, now down the bottom as his team's going to be rotating with his team and look to fight there as well. World Elite are all back, it seems. Luca, actually.
Yeah, he's going to Blade Surge to a creep and then onto Kitties, who doesn't have that Chrono Shift, as we just found out, because he used it to save his own life after getting caught there a little bit. But Rookie, again, just split pushing in this bottom lane, able to pick up the objectives that they need, and already this has just paid dividends this battle.
Really smart stuff from Fizz there. Again, the Baron power creeps make it so much easier for anyone, even a Fizz, who is definitely not the Siege champion of choice, be able to take out turrets. They had plenty of minions moving down towards that bottom side, so Rookie was just dashing back and forth. Didn't need to be with his team for the 4-man push down mid, and if he saw any stray carry, even poking in their base, he could probably fish them and get a kill.
Yeah. I love the term of fishing them as a verb.
That's what happens. He throws the fish at them.
It's beautiful. Don't worry, I'm not questioning. We've got a Void Staff being picked up as well from Rookie, so they can build as much magic resist as they want. They're still going to be prey for this fisherman.
Just so you know, it's like fishception, all right? He throws a fish at them, and another fish comes out of the ground to attack them.
He is a fish.
He's all about it. Yeah, it works on so many levels here. As Rookie will steal away a blue buff there. Nice objective being taken.
Yeah, and again, they're just going to be strangling out the vision from World Elite. You can see the red wards, they're no longer in their own jungle. They're going to be put further ahead into World Elite's jungle, and they're just not going to be able to get the money that they need to just stave off this onslaught.
I have to say, I've been pretty impressed with vision across the board in both games here.
Yeah.
Haven't paid super close attention to it, but both teams have quite impressed me with the amount of vision that they've looked to get here. And again, Chinese teams are often ones that jokingly people say don't ward, but the deep ward here, especially as Rookie wants to go in.
So aggressive onto two members of WE here. Spirit actually gets caught, but Styes is the one doing the damage. Cacao's going to fall down. No chrono shift just at the right time. Monsoon's going to keep Styes alive in the backside as well. Rookie may have gone overly aggressive. He's going to fall down. SCY's going to pick up that kill, and IG immediately get the heck out. Right of the Arcane's going to be popped. Oh my goodness, Kid almost falling down to that one. Going to take those Raptors just for a little bit more life steal, and Kid is use that speed up in order to get himself a little bit closer to safety. IG only losing one for that one, but not managing to get a kill in trade. Yeah, World Elite going to try and get some objectives.
Just too deep for IG there under that turret. Rookie can afford to do that sort of thing because that Zonius was perfectly timed to not get Monsooned out. He's really sticky. He's very safe a lot of the time. So I like the attempt to kill because he's OSTYZ there. He almost got killed by an Urchin Strike.
Oh my gosh. And the timing here as well is so fantastic for World Elite. They are going to be able to rotate down to this Dragon as well, which is going to be up in 10 seconds. But instead, they're going to wait and see whether they can get the ganks off onto IG as they come to check.
Scrying Orb.
Beautiful.
Actually just got sniped there. Oh, they're going to do it again, though. You have two Scrying Orbs, IG?
Yep.
Oh, Cacao.
If at first you don't succeed.
Cacao was on a mission.
He is. There's a lot of pings going on.
Dragon's dead. Cacao's going to try and steal, but he kicks it back.
The kick on the Ninja. Immediately, the Urchin Strike doing a lot of damage. That's going to be Xerath down straight away. Cacao's found SCYZ as well. He has the Chrono Shift and just smacked in the back of the head by the tree Pokemon here. Sudowoodo is just going to come through. Conan actually going to get Randuin's Omened here as Cacao's trying to find this fight. Wants to give it to Kid. And look at how fast he is.
Yeah, that Zillion speed plus the Silver Ult makes anybody so fast there, and you can tell just how good Invictus Gaming's comp is at hard engaging. Spirit will successfully get what he was on top of a ward.
Yeah,
and
Rookie
didn't
just
kill him.
couldn't be bothered. I don't think they're just going to be taking out this inhibitor turret here. This is the main thing.
I solved it. It was his pink ward. That's how. Nice move there from Spirit to get out under his own pink ward and be safe there from Rookie. But inhibitor goes down in the mid lane, and that's. IG, again, this game has just been great to watch. It's been very back and forth. I thought with that dive, Invictus Gaming may have gone a little too deep, but World Elite just don't have the strength right now to fight IG 5v5.
Yeah, and they had that fantastic comeback team fight where Aluka did so much work. They managed to kill Kid early on in the fight, and Rookie got exhausted before he could really do too much, and his fish wasn't as impactful. But now that those things aren't going right for World Elite, Invictus Gaming are just able to win fights. And the only way that they're going to do this is when Cacao and Rookie go way too aggressive, which is what we just saw.
See, I don't know if that's necessarily the only way they can win. I mean, World Elite right now might be a bit behind, but if they keep getting gold, their team actually matches up quite well in a 5v5 situation.
Not to mention Twitch hypercarry potential.
Yeah, the issue, though, is that it's really about who gets the engage first, because you have to get a good engage here. And Chinese teams are fabled around the world for fantastic team fighting, and that includes how you initiate fights. IG, if they get on top of these immobile carries, just tear through World Elite in a fight. But if the frontline setup, everyone's sort of in formation for IG, the Xerath poke, the Janna disengage, and just the Twitch hypercarry potential like you mentioned, they can win 5v5s very easily. It's just about getting the right fight. And all of these times, I just have more options to get in and engage on, and I've just found the better fight. Rookie especially, doing a lot of work on this Fizz.
Yeah, and do you think that SDYZ just may not necessarily have quite the amount of peel that he really needs coming out of this team? I mean, Aurelia not necessarily known for defensive play as much, and I mean, Janna's fantastic, but is that going to be enough?
Yeah, I mean, we see in a lot of different teams, I mean, the best example, of course, is Uzi, who was famed for basically saying, hey, teams, protect me.
Yeah.
And they fed all their gold in there. They wanted to peel as much as they could. I don't think you have to go that overboard. Like, Orianna is a pick that's very popular to protect an AD carry. I don't think they need to go that deep. But you're right in that SDYZ has not a lot of wiggle room. It's pretty much just Conan babysitting him, hoping that it's all okay. And everyone else is going in. This happens a lot, by the way, to Chinese AD carries, because everyone wants to go in except the AD. This is why I think Ezreal has been such a popular champion for so long, because it's like, well, my team's not peeling for me, so I don't have to do it myself on Ezreal.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But I think they need to set up their Twitch better. It might just be a draft thing where one pick here, maybe not Xerath, maybe a bit more of a utility mid laner would have been a bit better. Maybe it's a jungle thing as well, where, again, Spirit's trying to be a carry for his team. But even all that aside, I think the way they picked is fine. Waddle just need to find a good fight.
Yeah, we are back into the game, though, ladies and gentlemen. So pause is over. And we'll see what these teams decide to do. Of course, IG peeling off this one. You can see their warding has gone back just a little bit. So they've got their wards just in the river now. So thankfully, WE have managed to get them out of their own jungle. So we'll see whether they can really put the pressure back on IG here and start making the plays. Like you mentioned, I mean, I think that World Elite really just needs to be the ones starting these fights, getting their Twitch into the right position to clean up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the gold lead here, it looks pretty dire for World Elite. They're behind quite a significant amount of gold, about 8,000 here. Oops, Spirit doing fancy things on a ward, jumping on them. Baron is up, by the way, so Spirit maybe wants to go in.
The hunt already being popped here. Actually going to jump on top. Might be a little bit over-aggressive yet again. There's the bomb that he's going to take to the rest of his team. But Rookie's found the backline. There's the chum the waters. SDYZ's out of this fight straight away. Ninja's going to be the next focus. Rookies get chrono-shifted. They're going to try and wait for it. But look at this. IG with a beautiful 4 kill for nothing.
Yeah, and we talk about Alessandra a lot as a big pick that's good against Janna because you can't stop the engage. Janna is not enough here against this team.
Oh, no.
There are so many ways for Invictus Gaming to get on top of SDYZ, and every time it happens, they just can never win a fight. This might just be game.
Yeah, and Rookie just with a beautiful flank. We were talking about this before, about the fact that these Chinese teams are just really great at orchestrating these fights. Well, IG just showed us exactly what we meant.
And I mean, I think SDYZ is going to go to bed tonight. He's going to have nightmares about Markai because Invictus Gaming picked on him so hard in those team fights, and it's dangerous to make those picks. You have immobile solo lane carries in Xerath and Twitch, and you're getting already Sivir Maokai, and they just chuck the Fizz in there for good measure as well. Invictus Gaming showing really decisive play, seem to favor a lot of hard engage, but against these big carry players, and I think Waddle Elite's a team that has a very promising AD carry, despite those games maybe not be the best showing. Executed perfectly there for IG and a very strong showing for their first game.
Yeah, it was utterly beautiful. And to see Rookie just on form so beautifully with both of his champion picks throughout this series. I mean, his Twisted Fate was beautiful. And in that last team fight, that flank was stunning. And the Chum the Waters was just so expertly placed right on top of SDYZ. And we were mentioning, I mean, Twitch has to be relevant. He can't be relevant if he's dead immediately.
Yeah, and I mean, we look back as well, like, again, my last point before that team fight happened and the game got won was that, yes, the goal difference is bad. It's about 8,000, but there's good items on a lot of these carries for World Elite. They've got the tools here. Twitch had 3 items, Xerath had 3 items. Everyone's powering up and good to go, but they just can't find a team fight that doesn't involve Fizz jumping on Twitch and killing him, and that's... You're never winning a team fight when your Twitch can't do damage.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And Kid, this game, I mean, you were saying in the last game, used for that on the hunt ultimate just to try and catch up to people. This game, Kid was doing so much work on this Sivir. Actually built a brutalizer at the end of the game to complement his 3-item spike that he did hit with that Shiv, Last Whisper, and Infinity Edge.
I think I heard ID's bottom lane described in a certain way, and I think it's quite fitting for the games that we saw. The janitorial bottom lane, I believe, was offered as how ID's... And I think that's exactly what Kid did. He's speeding people up, getting them in. He's cleaning up with lots of AoE damage from Ricochet. Honestly, in those games, his team played so well, and their comp was so good that all they had to do was just kind of walk in, pop Sivir ultimate, let Rookie and Maokai handle everything else, and he's just sitting there auto-attacking. Best place for a carry to be.
Yep, and the Righteous Glory coming through on
That was
Maokai
awesome.
as well, sort of the talisman of Randuins, as we like to call it, just getting you in there and then slowing people down. I really like that pickup, and I just think that Pokemon's adaptation and ability to build the items that he needs to win them these games has been beautiful. And I think that we may have mentioned the fact that we thought that Save coming onto this roster was going to be beautiful. Pokemon really stepped up.
Yeah, it's kind of stressing that Pokemon's a bit more of a utility player, really played for his team in those games on that Maokai, and they just set everything up in terms of teamwork really well. I mean, the stars there were definitely rookie. Cacao made a lot of pressure, and Kid just followed up well. It's interesting to see that without Zatai, they still played that well. I wonder what it looks like when they do play, but credit to IG's roster. Quick E2-0, fall away from the curse of IG, which is usually splitting games one apiece, and just great to watch all around.
Yeah, beautifully well played by IG, but that is enough for this matchup. We are going to be getting into the next matchup, which is going to be Gamty taking on Snake. So guys, don't go anywhere, more LPL to come.